Maximizing health at every age. Our bodies are miraculous, quite a triumph of Mother Nature. Each of us is a system of 206 bones, 100 trillion cells and 90,000 miles of nerves passing signals from head to toe. We all experience times when we realize how wildly complex our body really is, and that it needs the right nutritional support to carry us through, whether it is pregnancy, illness, aging, or simply moving into a different life stage. Our health is our own journey and our needs often change. Birth to early puberty. The period between birth and early puberty is one of the most challenging times of our lives. Growth is rapid and the demand on our body is incredible. Infancy, 0 to 12 months. In the first 4 to 6 months, a baby requires a hefty number of macronutrients, protein, fat, and carbohydrate, in addition to the key essential micronutrients, including vitamin D, vitamin B12, and vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron, and zinc. Toddlers and preschool, 1 to 4 years. This stage is less immediately dramatic in terms of growth than the first year, but within a relatively short period of time, it seems, our newborn has become a walking, talking toddler. Our child is acquiring new skeletal muscles and tissues, so it's an important time to make sure that they get all the calories from the right sources to power this growth. Just like the physical body, the brain is developing rapidly, with billions of neuronal extensions being created, particularly between the ages of 1 and 2, most of which are built from fats and proteins. So it's not surprising that the requirement for essential fatty acids, omega-3, are high in this stage of childhood. Right now, there's not a major difference between boys and girls in terms of their energy or nutrient needs. The other headline nutrients that are in high demand are calcium, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. Deficiency in any one can hinder growth at this stage. It is a UK government recommendation for children under the age of 5 years old to take a daily supplement that contains vitamins A, C, and D, which is available free of charge for low-income families in the UK through the Healthy Start scheme. In an ideal world, children's diets would supply these key nutrients, but given the prevalence of picky eating in this age bracket, supplementation gives another level of assurance that your child is taking in the necessary amounts. Vitamin A is important for healthy brain and eyesight development, among other functions. Vitamin C supports growing joints and aids the absorption of iron, alongside its better-known role supporting the immune system, while vitamin D is crucial for brain and immune development. This is the time when we can start to build good foundations with our child for a love of food and eating, not simply for the nutrients but also the ritual of eating meals at a table with others. But it is a demanding time for everyone, and any parent of an active toddler will have times, probably many times, when they feel that certain nutritional needs aren't being met, whether this is due to their own hectic work-life balance, or a fussy eater. These blips in nutrition and rest are manageable if they are infrequent, but when they become chronic, as it can with many of us, we begin to run into depletion. Getting sufficient rest or time to nourish yourself properly is still vital. At this stage, supplements for toddlers and preschoolers. A multi-nutrient formulated for children. This will contain calcium, zinc, iron, vitamins D and A, or beta-carotene, which are also a key focus at this stage to support growth and brain development. During the weaning stage, iron deficiency is the most common nutrient deficiency in developed countries. Schoolchildren, 5 to 12 years. Healthy girls and boys are expected to gain around 30 centimeters in height and 12 kilograms in weight between 5 and 10 years old. Lymphatic tissue, a significant part of the immune system called the adaptive immune system, which helps us to adapt to our environment, grows most rapidly during this stage, doubling in size between 6 and 12 years of age. Children need a range of micro and macronutrients to keep up with the demands of this growth, as well as those of the active school day, but this is when nutritional needs start to vary more from child to child, according to a range of factors, such as physical activity level. Early signs of puberty can occur at this stage, with some girls reaching their pubertal growth spurt at 8, which affects nutritional requirements considerably. Iron, zinc and calcium are still key at this stage for the development of the brain and nervous system, though studies show that many children are significantly below the required intake of these vitamins. But life is not always simple, and getting the right nutrients to support this growth can be more challenging. Not least because children begin to spend more time outside the family environment at this stage too, playing with peers, going to school and perhaps after-school care, which lessens the opportunities to have a say in what they are eating away from home. They are also rapidly taking on the values and tastes of their peers and becoming susceptible to advertising, with advertisers exploiting this vulnerability. The average child between 2 and 12 years of age old eats 2 pieces of fruit per day, though chocolate, biscuits, crisps, fish fingers, chips, cake and chicken nuggets appear in surveys as the top 10 consumed foods. Here are some of the key nutritional areas to be aware of at this life stage. Fats. This age group requires only a small amount of natural saturated or unsaturated fats, but it is important for children because it is rich in fat-soluble nutrients, including vitamin D for brain and immune development, as well as vitamin A for eye health. Carbohydrates and fiber. For children at this age, half of their energy should be coming from unrefined carbohydrates such as whole grains, which also provide the fiber they require at this stage too, 20 g per day. The rest should be made of natural proteins needed for developing muscles and tissues as they grow. Vitamin C. This is important to maintain a healthy immune system, as well as for building connective tissue around growing joints and wound healing. I can remember the early school years as a hothouse for bugs, flus and scrapes from playground tumbles, so ensuring you are topping up vitamin C levels is key. Signs of deficiency can be recurrent colds and flus, bleeding gums, easy bruising of the skin or poor wound healing. It also works to aid the absorption of iron, another key nutrient for healthy growth at this stage. In nature, they are often found together, along with vitamin B2. The NRV for vitamin C is 60 mg and the requirement for children below 12 years of age is 50% of this, so 30 mg. Easy ways to get more vitamin C into the diet which are likely to go down well include making tomato soups or blackberry compotes during the autumn or winter season, chopping parsley into cooked food or making smoothies with a mixture of kale and kiwi fruit. It is helpful to be aware that boiling vegetables can leach the vitamin C into the water, so either steam or use the cooking water for soups or stews. Vitamin A. This is important for healthy brain and eyesight development, as well as immunity and healthy skin, helping to protect your child from playground sniffles as well as promoting growth. Dry skin, including eczema, slow wound healing, regular throat or chest infections or delayed growth are all signs of possible vitamin A deficiency. Beta-carotene and the carotenoid group of plant chemicals generate retinol, a potent form of vitamin A, when we eat them. Therefore, eating foods rich in these can really help. The NRV for vitamin A is 800 UG and the requirement for children below 12 years of age is 50% of this, so 400 UG. Setting up children for success with good food habits can have a measurable impact on their relationship with food and health into their adult years. It's important to remember that they are attuned to our habits and behaviors at this point. So, while the idea of helping children to develop lasting healthy habits may seem daunting, one of the main things we can do is to set them the example that meals are a point of pleasure and communication, and to show our love of food, not of fear or disregard for it. It can also be an opportunity, or a ritual, for us to connect with our children at the end of their day. Early childhood is an important time for children to try new foods and develop good habits and healthy behavior. Conflicts over meals is normal and, usually, transient. Young children should not be force-fed if refusing. It is best to make meal times happy and relaxed. Continue to introduce new foods, as well as reintroducing those that have been refused in the past. Research has found that children who tried a vegetable that they didn't like began to like it more after the 8th time of trying it. So often it comes down to perseverance and patience. Below are some food hacks to get more nutrients into the diet of children in this age group, and sometimes older ones too. Food hacks for picky eaters. Always be on the lookout for creative ways with which to subtly reintroduce foods they have turned their nose up at, such as grating vegetables into sauces. Grating carrots or pureeing peppers and adding into tomato sauce to use on pasta is a great way of creating a more nourishing meal. Stewed fruit with cinnamon or nutmeg can be a great way to build in more fruit. Save them in ice cube trays and defrost as you need to add to yogurt or porridge. But bear in mind that there will be a high sugar content, so limit portion size. Frozen fruit and vegetables can contain just as many nutrients as fresh and are quick and easy to prepare. They can also be good low-cost alternatives and can help to reduce waste because you tend to use only what you need. You can add frozen vegetables to pasta sauces, soups, stews, stir-fries and curries, and use frozen fruit in smoothies, maximum of 150 milliliters of smoothie a day, or defrost them to use on top of plain yogurt or porridge. Some meals, such as cottage or fish pie and bolognese sauce, freeze well, So when you do have time, consider doubling quantities of dishes that are popular with the whole family and freezing in meal-sized packs for a quick dinner when time is short. This makes it less likely you will have to resort to less healthy alternatives. Invest in a slow cooker. This is a great way to save time and still prepare a healthy meal.